Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Eagles Nest on the campus of Daniel Webster College in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We're getting set for the start of tonight's college basketball game between the Raiders of Rivier and the Daniel Webster College Eagles. Tom, you mentioned the Raiders have played a lot of games already. They're 7-4 overall. The Eagles, the home team here, 3-4.
Right. I think Daniel Webster College took the break off, and Rivier went to a tournament out in, I believe, California, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the opposite, John. Remember we did this game at Riv last year. Daniel Webster, a superior team. They made it to the NCAA tournament for the first time in their history, in the school's history. Not the case tonight. It's flip the switch the other way, because Rivier has more players, more depth, and I think this year the better team, especially with the Purcell sisters, Alfred High graduates who are both a freshman and a senior, and Amanda and Deanna, and they are the backbone, combining for about 33 points a game for Rivier. So that's a lot of firepower, and I think Daniel Webster's missing a couple of players from last year due to injury that could have helped him out.
Brittany Lane swipes the loose tip and takes it in for 2 points for the Rivier Raiders as they get up first. The Eagles, Kristen Murphy, number 11. Gotta get my team straight. Kristen plays for the team in white and red. That's the Daniel Webster College Eagles, the home team. That shot by Ryan Baker is no good. It was Kristen Murphy who swiped the loose ball off the opening tip and went down and laid it in for Daniel Webster. A long shot there, attempted by number 13, trying again, Jennifer Fredericks. That one also doesn't go. Jennifer with a couple of three-point attempts and a lucky rebound for Casey Lang. Lang cross court. And that three-point attempt is short. So Daniel Webster has had all the shots so far, and they lead it 2-0 in the early going. Number 32 is Sarah Paternostro that just took that shot. We got great seats here, Tom.
Good side from Ken Belvin.
We're really close. I think the leg of the table is like almost on the court. The rug. Oh, actually, the red line is the court. Okay, so we're like a good 8 inches away from the court. Daniel Webster's number 10, Ryan Baker, for the Raiders, passes it into the corner. Laura Yesu's shot doesn't go, the freshman from the right side. And down court comes Jennifer Fredericks.
John, I think this is a transition year for Daniel Webster College. This is their third coach in 3 years, Marilyn Skarzinski. And that's tough to overcome over a period of time. I mean, you can do it so often, but it finally catches up with you in terms of recruiting, and also, when you make that many changes to a program, it's going to affect you one way or another, and that's affecting Daniel Webster. I think this year they're not very weak, but they're not as strong as they were one of the premier teams in New England last year.
Jacqueline Penniman throws it to Laura Yesu, throws it out of bounds, intended for Amandra Purcell underneath. Last time the Purcell sisters played together at Alvern High School in Hudson was 4 years ago. Amandra is a senior here at Riv, and Deanna a freshman. Deanna's the taller of the two. The younger sister is 5'10", and Amandra a ball handler at 5'4". Also a good shooter. Number 3 in dark blue. It's Daniel Webster with the ball. Sarah Paternostro, Laura Yesu dribbling down court. Underneath,
nice
Purcell. And Deanna Purcell had good position, but it was a clean block. I believe it was number 20, Jacqueline Penniman for Rivier. Alicia Gervais is number 5 in white. She was the one that was the shooter on that.
She is the main holdover from last year's team.
Gervais gets it back up top. There's an open turnaround in the middle, and it drops. That was Sarah Paternostro for Daniel Webster College. The home team's got both baskets. It's 4-0. Play 20-minute halves here. We're a couple of minutes in, and it's a 4-2 game now. A small but loud crowd here for
don't
Rivier.
forget the kids are still out of school.
Yeah, you could tell that when you drove into the Daniel Webster campus.
You can park.
Today. easily.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Helping her opponent up off the floor was Jacqueline Penniman after committing the foul, and Casey Lang driving the right lane.
Daniel Webster pushing the pace a lot. I don't know if that really works for them because they don't have the depth, John. Look at the bench. I mean, 3 players that can come in the game. Actually, only 2, I believe, on the bench. And that's back to the old days of this program when it was really hurting.
This is the Nashua.
This is taking its toll, Bob. The many changes here has added up to a problem this year for the women's program, I think.
Nashua ETV's first college broadcast of 2012. Thank you for joining us. Ryan Baker just drives and gets called for the offensive foul.
No continuation allowed either.
No acting necessary there. Needed.
Nope.
For Casey Lang, who had solid position. Baker, the sophomore.
But I continue that if I'm Rivier, John. I mean, you want to run Daniel Webster. Basically try to run them out of their own gym, fatigue-wise.
Right. Good hustle there by Rivier's number 5, Deanna Purcell.
Paul Williams in his second year as head coach of the Raiders.
Of course, they don't tell us heights and weights on coaches, but Paul Williams used to be a celebrity back in the 70s named Paul Williams.
Yeah, that's
he was
not
almost
the same.
a midget. No,
not the same. This Paul Williams played at Rivier. He was a good player, too.
The Eagles' Jennifer Fredericks passes it to Alyssa Gervais, driving through the paint, but gives it up as Paternostro. Gervais hands it off. A long 3. Looked good. The high bouncer getting her own rebound back somehow. Paternostro thought about shooting it again. And a nice drive to the basket for her second basket. Kirsten Murphy.
Kirsten Murphy, very opportunistic player, isn't she?
Yeah, she knows just how to use that glass. She has no question in her mind what to do with the ball.
Exactly.
She's got 4 of the 7 points for Daniel Webster. The home team leading 7-2. We're about 4 minutes into this one. Baker going to work. Has a stop and pop from the foul line that misses badly to the left. And Gervais comes down court with it. Daniel Webster's in white. Rivier in dark blue. Clean block is made by number 20, Jacqueline Penniman, who's a force underneath with the block so far. She's got the basketball in her hands right now, and she traveled.
Yep, no doubt about it.
Too bad the ball goes into the basket. She just didn't get her feet set correctly. And that 2 points will not count.
Well, Penniman, 6'1" sophomore, somebody you can really build around in terms of the post. It looks as though she isn't bad on the dribble and can pull up for jumpers as well. Defensively, they'll need her to be a post presence, though.
From Dudley, Massachusetts, our Nashua ETV camera crew tonight, Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer, doubling as the handheld cameraman tonight, Pete Johnson. A miss by Daniel Webster. Down come Rivier trying to get back even. That's going to be a backcourt violation or else out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds. Ryan Baker couldn't even get near that pass, and so a turnover by Riv. Only 2 points for the Raiders.
Too bad, though. You know, Baker could have run a little harder after that
to
get the ball, because that would have meant Daniel Webster would have had to inbound it there instead of go all the way back.
Well, they have to go 3/4 of the court
instead of running into their own basket.
You know, Rivier struggling to score points here early, and I'm looking at their go-to person, Deanna Purcell, averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah, 20.
So,
the Purcells are averaging about 33, 34 points a game. Robin Seidman, the athletic director of Daniel Webster College, just walked by.
The Eagles look like their own 2 players colliding there, but the foul was against Riv, and that's a foul call by Leslie Boucher, one of our 3 officials tonight. Leslie, who played her basketball at Salem State. Also with Jeff Jollymore and John Paskowski. A very, very distant relation of Rob Gronkowski back in Poland, I understand. To go back centuries.
You studied their family tree, I take it?
I studied the skis, and they seem to originate in Poland. That's my gerontology.
Well, the Eagles off to a good start here, 7-2. I'm a little surprised at that, but not bad. See if they can sustain it.
Yeah, Rivi looks out of sorts here on the visiting gym.
Maybe they're tired. I mean, you play over the break.
They played in California, you said.
I think that's where they went.
Travel. We've seen a few of those that you wouldn't expect to see 10 games into the season. Off a standing still start there. Travel on Daniel Webster. So here comes Rivier College, the Eagles, 2011 and 2012, with a record of 7-4 overall right now. They've yet to lose in GNAC. They're 2-2 at home, 3-0 on the road. Nearly another travel there by Daniel Webster. Good pass underneath, gets the shot away, but in heavy traffic, wasn't easy to zero in on the basket for Jennifer Fredericks. She missed, and it becomes another turnover. Rivier coming down. Points at a premium here. 5 minutes into the game, it's only 7-2. The home team in white, Daniel Webster leading Rivier. John Collins with Tom King. We're in the Eagles' nest.
Over the break, Riv split. They were lost to Bowdoin 90-66. Beat William Smith 66-64.
Driving the right lane off the glass, and it just won't roll in for Deanna Purcell, the top scorer on the team, struggling to get on the board.
Boy, the Raiders, 2 points in 6 minutes.
Uncharacteristic.
Very much so.
Paternostro and Ali Chunaki playing catch. 3-point attempt, looked very good. Out of the hands of Alyssa Marson, didn't fall. Long rebound goes to Daniel Webster. Very heavy contact on the arm there, and they don't call it. Out of bounds. I was surprised that wasn't a foul, Tom.
So am I. Looked like a slap on the arm.
Unlike in high school basketball, we do have a shot clock, which you may see up on top of the glass backboard. 30 seconds, I believe it is.
30-second clock in college. Adds to the pace of the game.
Shot by Gervais, no good. It was a very open look she had. Good pass in transition, high off the glass and in by Jacqueline Penniman on a nice feed. I believe that came from Amandra Purcell on the assist. And it's
30-second timeout for Daniel Webster. You can see why they don't like the fact that Penniman was able to beat everybody down the floor, and you can see why Paul Williams recruited Penniman, because she can pretty much move without the ball very well.
Well, I was going to say, mostly in jest, that Mary Lynn Skarzensky didn't like the fact that they gave up a second basket. Tom, that's two baskets in almost 7 minutes. We can't have that.
I'll tell you, though, can they sustain the way they played with the depth that they don't have? That's the question.
Yeah, it is amazing.
They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot with a little. You know, they're coming in here 3-4. I mean, this is a program last year, one of the best in New England, really.
Yeah.
Won the NECC title, went out to the school's first ever NCAA appearance.
You asked Paul Williams, how long for your team to score 4 points tonight? He might have said, hopefully, 1 minute.
1 minute, right.
It took 7. And
instead, it's 13:09 to play, and it's 7-4 in the first half.
Right, but they're still very much in the game, because Daniel Webster not exactly setting the score sheet on fire either. With possession right now, this is Ali Chojnaki, and passes it to Alyssa Marson. Marson, who took a shot from there early. Chojnaki will take it in and out. And fought for, it was Gervais with the first touch on it, but the good hustle by Riv, forcing the jump ball by Deanna Purcell, and the arrow is in her favor. So good job by Deanna Purcell, the freshman from Hudson, New Hampshire, in Alvern High School. And down court comes her sister Amandra, calling a play. Has some room in the paint, is going to try to exploit it, but it was a good job of getting some hands on the ball by Sarah Paternostro, the senior guard, not allowing Purcell to get a shot away. 12.5 minutes left first half. Rivier trying to cut into a 7-4 deficit. Stepping out of bounds, turnover. That means it's Daniel Webster basketball. The Eagles are in white and red, and Rivier in dark blue and white. Inbounding it will be Marson, 5'7" freshman guard. That tugging on the jersey, that must be sort of a play call there by Paternostro as she dribbles near the top of the key and shoots it.
Called for her own shot, and she nails it.
She got a 2 just inside the line.
Wow.
Nice looking shot by Paternostro. It's a 9-4 Rivier lead.
All right, the
turning
turnovers,
the ball over, literally.
The turnovers are hurting Rivier. Paul Williams got to stay calm. His team is down 9-4 very early in the ball game. Even though it's 12-12 left in the half, there's a lot over 30 minutes of basketball left.
Head coach for the Eagles, Marilyn Skarzensky. Head coach for Rivier, Paul Williams, as Tom said, played here. Graduated from
played at Riv.
Played at Riv, not at Daniel Webster. Long shot from the corner. Nice opportunistic rebound, Kristen Murphy. A three-point attempt, nothing but net for Alyssa Marson.
An unorthodox shot by Marson, but it goes.
From Augusta, Maine. Played at Coney High School up there. She's a 5'7" guard. And that was a beautiful shot to put her team into double digits, 12-4. That was almost intended for Tom King. It was a three-point attempt by Shannon Marcoux that didn't go. Shannon from Falmouth, freshman. Driving layup attempt. Good look by Alicia Gervais. Can't get it to, actually, that was Marson who drove the lane. Number 10, Ryan Baker. Listed at 5'1" from Whitensville, Massachusetts. Foul in the right corner. Jeff Jollymore, our official with the call.
Paternostro call with that foul.
Very low foul totals here. They've been letting the girls play for the most part.
Oh, they're both pretty much on the move, fast breaking it up and down.
Off the glass and in. Nice runner by Ryan Baker with the right hand. And it's 12-6. Only the third basket of the night so far for Rivier College. Paternostro into the corner. Up fake, driving the baseline off the glass, and rebound Rivier. Hitting the ground rather hard there was Casey Lang, number 21.
Nice
That's
move,
a travel.
Nice idea, though.
Yeah, it was.
The spin move after pulling up, and when she pulled up, she slid her foot.
The NBA guys get away with that, Tom, because they do it quicker.
Right, exactly. You're right, John. Good point. They do it much quicker. That was very deliberate on Marcoux's part. 12-6 to score. 10:35 left first half.
Alyssa Marson with the between-the-legs dribble.
As well as
calling for a clear-out.
As well as Daniel Webster's play. They haven't really put Riv away yet.
Paternostro's got a hot hand, and she can't be left alone like that.
Close. You got 4 quick points in the last 40 seconds.
14-6.
You're right, John. She can't be left alone.
And both players hit the deck here. That is a blocking foul.
Well, there's a case of Deanna Purcell basically knowing that her team isn't scoring very well. Just kind of forcing the issue a little bit.
As a 20-point-per-game scorer, she said, it's about time I got on the board here.
Yeah.
Standing in her way literally was Kristen Murphy, and Kristen gets called for the foul. It is Deanna Purcell at the line for 2. Hits the first one. It's a 14-7 game. The visitors from Rivier struggling to get going offensively here early. Purcell hits them both, 14-8. Daniel Webster up 6 with the basketball. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Paternostro driving with a purpose to the baseline, underneath the basket. Perfect pass to Gervais, standing alone, puts it in.
Well, Rivier is going to have to make their offense, turn their defense into their offense. They've got to get better on the defensive end, and hopefully that'll lead to some turnovers and some easier baskets. Because right now, they're not working hard enough on defense to help out their offense.
They're not, Tom. From the opening tip-off, they gave up an easy basket to Daniel Webster. They kind of set the tone, actually. Kristen Murphy did a good job of saving that errant pass.
Oh, if that had gone, it would have brought the house down.
Alyssa Marson from way downtown. I think she was in Merrimack when she shot that one. There is a shot off the glass, beautifully done by Amandra Purcell. The 5'4" senior from Hudson shows some nice form there to give her team 2 more points. A steal. Ryan Baker nicely pushed ahead of herself along the fast break. And then the easy part, the layup doesn't fall. 16-10, the Eagles of Daniel Webster leading Rivier by 6. It's be a doubleheader tonight.
Yes, it is a doubleheader. And that's the scheduling part that needs to be rectified at some point. If they're going to have a doubleheader, let's make it both schools.
Yeah, the same schools.
Same schools, right.
Right, and that will help build the crowd.
Exactly. Well, and also not do it during the semester break.
Off the glass and no good. And
we saw a great crowd for the men's game at Rivier a month ago.
Kristen Murphy gets hammered underneath.
It used to be a doubleheader. Of course, it made it a lot easier when they were in the same conference. I'll tell you, you take a school out of a conference and two non-conference teams, and they're like, you know, how do we schedule this? It's just, you know, you're not in our conference anymore. What do we do?
Was Woodstock, Vermont, the Woodstock of the rock and roll fame?
Yeah, I believe so.
Was it Vermont, not New York? Because that's where Kristen Murphy, who's doing the free throw shooting right now, she's from
Woodstock was in New York.
Okay, so it's a different Woodstock.
Yeah.
Perimeter passing by Rivier, 18 of 10 after Murphy does her job at the foul line for Daniel Webster. Driving Purcell, kicks it out. Baker, wide open three. Short rims it. Baker trying to get her own rebound baseline. Instead, Daniel Webster Paternostro with a bounce pass. Gets the return pass. Feeds it underneath. Gervais had an open look. That's a three. Around the rim and out. And putting it back perfectly positioned was Gervais.
Great ball movement. And again, you see where the defensive problems are resulting as Gervais all over the rebound and answering very quickly Aaron Sweeney.
Wow, they really needed that. The Raiders get a big three-pointer from Sweeney. Instead of being down 10, they're down 7 with a little bit of momentum from that beautiful-looking three from the far sideline. Nothing but net. Jennifer Fredericks getting a return pass, driving to the right side, finds Kristen Murphy underneath, and she misses the rim. She was kind of panicked that she might get it blocked and rushed it. Long three attempt, no good. Dribbling out of traffic, Amandra Purcell. Her eyes up and looking ahead, pitches it into the left corner. Driving with it was Sweeney.
I didn't like that option. I thought she could have driven right through the lane.
I did too, and she just
she gave it up.
Loose ball fought for underneath. It's Murphy that's out of bounds first.
That was a play where she had the edge on the dribble and could have turned the corner.
Only one player to beat.
Yep.
With momentum. So 7.5 minutes to go first half. A 20-13 Rivier lead. Yes, Daniel Webster lead, excuse me.
But Riv, as badly as they play, can cut it to 5 with a basket here.
Yep. Which is bad news for Daniel Webster because you got to figure that, you know, statistically proven Rivier is going to play better than they have so far.
And they have more players.
And they have more players, a lot
so
more players.
they're going to be able to be a lot fresher when they come on the court with whoever they bring.
Working it around. Rivier, deep shot from the corner by Aaron. Sweeney doesn't go.
Sweeney was too strong on that.
Yeah. You don't usually see women miss long like that. Baker with a heads-up play. Can't save the potential steal there. And Daniel Webster will inbound it. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Long shot. Looked good by Fredericks, doesn't go.
Interesting you bring up the shot clock with these two teams. It really hasn't been a factor. They
haven't used
gone
it
at it the
all.
whole time. And look at that. There's a perfect example.
Deanna Purcell, the team's top scorer.
Only 2, but they're within 5 now.
20-15. Daniel Webster with it. Casey Lang hands it off to Alicia Gervais. Try to give it back to Lang, and she just wasn't there.
Now Lang cut inside. Gervais thought she was going to go to the corner for an easy jumper. Alicia Gervais, conference, if I'm not mistaken, conference player of the year last year in the NECC.
Inbounding it will be Penniman, and walking
Eagles
it up the
have
floor.
suffered a couple of injuries that have taken players out for the season.
Baker and Penniman. Penniman holding it. Over to Brittany Lane, who's going to shoot it. Rebound Gervais. 6.5 minutes to go. Daniel Webster leading by 5 with the ball driving off the glass. No good. Actually used some more rim than she'd have liked, I think, on that drive by Alyssa Marson.
Eagles foul number 13, Jennifer.
I think sometimes players go up on a layup like that and they think, should I just go right into the rim or off the glass? And they get caught in between, literally. And
just go to the hole and don't worry about
I think you should have a pattern, though. I think you should, like, be a glass person or just go right to the rim and do the same thing every time.
So I used the glass one.
You used the glass? Yeah. I thought you just went right for the stuff.
Use the glass.
Nice off-balance shot.
I did not fly through the air with the greatest of ease.
As Jacqueline Penniman did there. She almost got it to go. Going
Purcell
to work.
time.
Oh,
there
yeah.
it is. Yep.
She was feeling it.
She knew it.
And she buried it.
Nice
2017. Only a 3-point deficit now for Riv. They were one possession away from tying this thing up. Return pass to Paternostro. Dribbles her way out of trouble. She might have been able to turn around and put that up, but she had her back to the hoop. Driving off the glass and in. Nicely done by Ali Chinaki. I think they say Shanaki.
Well, Daniel Webster getting some good post play.
22-17.
Kristen Murphy and then Chinaki.
What a shot by Jacqueline Penniman.
It's the second time she's hit a big shot like that.
That was a 3, Tom. So
and
they're
look at
within
this.
2.
Now they're within 2, and that's exactly what we expected to happen.
Oh, that one didn't go. So there's a little.
Well,
bit
I'll
of
tell you what, Rivers going to have to do a better job on that weak side wing, boxing out.
Baker.
That's where Gervais had an easy basket, and right there, and Alyssa Marson had an easy attempt.
Penniman, who just hit that 3, she might be thinking about shooting it again.
Riv can tie it or take the lead here.
With 7 seconds left on the shot clock, Ryan Baker puts up a runner that doesn't fall. A layup that was from in tight quarters, a really good opportunity for Riv. So both teams missing relatively easy layups. You had down here, I think it was Alyssa Marson or Alicia Gervais. I wasn't sure which one. It was right underneath the glass, had a rather easy layup that didn't go. And Ryan Baker found herself right up around the rim, and that one didn't go. So 22-20 the score remains. Daniel Webster in the lead with the basketball. Shinaki throws it into the corner. That's an open 3 at front rims, and right on the spot is Amandra Purcell. Baker actually from deep air ball there by Erin Sweeney. She must have been texting when she shot that one. It was way off for her. I mean, she's a better shooter than that. Shinaki into the left sideline. Throws it back to wide open Casey Lang. Rattles it off the rim, though. Deanna Purcell to her sister Amandra. Near sideline. Amandra stepped back for a 3. In and out. That would have given the Eagles the lead, Tom. Down 22-20. Timeout.
We would have given the Raiders the lead.
The Raiders.
Which is
Rivier Raiders
the way it started would have been a shock, the way they played. But
yeah.
But, you know, Paul Williams, I watched him on the sidelines during this during the early flurry by Daniel Webster. Paul was very calm. Didn't really, you know, I don't think he called a timeout.
No, it was a long stretch.
You know, a very long stretch. Did not, you know, get overly excited on the bench. Just kind of let things take their natural order. I mean, he looks at his team. He knows what he's got. And he looks down at Daniel Webster and sees a depleted bench right now. And that's a huge factor.
They literally have 8 players in uniform over there, right? Is it 8 or 6?
I think it's 7.
7 players in uniform?
They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the roster. And I believe only 7 in uniform.
So that's a
very tough to win
pass.
A college basketball game with only 7 players in uniform. And that's a hark back to the old days of Daniel Webster where they struggled sometimes with women's sports to field teams. And this is a difficult thing for them to go through now. And again, it's a factor of bad luck. It's a factor of injuries. But it's also a factor of the coaching changes. 2 coaches have gone on to bigger and better things in successive years. And that's not easy to, to recover from.
Yeah, that has an impact. If you just tuned in, that's Tom King. I'm John Collins. This is Nashua ETV, broadcast of Daniel Webster College against Rivier College, women's college basketball. Amandra Purcell from downtown misses long. The rebound, will that be an over-the-top foul? I guess it was, and it was assessed to Rivier's number 13, Lauren Brett. Tom was talking about only 7 players in uniform for the Eagles in white and red, and a good dozen or so players for Rivier. So when the second half comes around, that could be very telling in favor
I think
of
it's
Rivier.
got to be. It's got to be. I mean, Rivier ought to be able to to the last 10 minutes of this game, put Daniel Webster away.
Hence why Coach Williams has been very calm about his team trailing.
I think so. He knows he's got the better team, and he's got to put some people out there and use a lot of his players to keep them fresh so they're not in the same situation.
Manager Purcell.
There's the draw. Oh, she lost it.
Brittany Lane in the lane.
That's the move, and a steal.
Wow, right out of the sky. All of a sudden, Gronkowski shows up and grabs the basketball out of the air.
Can do a lot of different things for a 6'1" player, can't she?
She's got good hands and good shot. We saw her bury a three from way out. A no-doubter. As Deanna Purcell holds it top of the key, thought about shooting it. Penniman with it. Holding it overhead. Amandra Purcell into her sister. Deanna spins out of traffic. Gives it up to Lane. Her shot front rims it. 22-20. That would have tied it or given Rivier the lead, depending if it was a three. Paternostro driving the paint. Gets fouled. Gets the shot away. And it will be a 2 free throw shooting foul.
Fouls could be the great equalizer if Riv gets any of their top people in foul trouble. Then they have to hit the bench. And the way to do that for Daniel Webster is just keep going to the basket.
Daniel Webster at the line now. Sarah Paternostro.
But their legs, you see what their shooting percentage is in the final 10 minutes of this game with their legs being tired.
Sarah's averaging 14 points a game for her team.
But I'll tell you what, the Eagles have not given up the lead yet. Leads of 7-2, 9-4, 16-8. Right now they lead 23-20 with just 2.5 minutes left, or actually less than that, 2:20 left to play in the first half. First half has flown by.
Sarah, a 77% free throw shooter, misses the second one, and that turns out to be a bonus because Daniel Webster gets the rebound, up 23-20 with a chance to expand the lead to 5 or 6. Chinaki driving, left-handed, hits the side of the backboard, looked like. Paternostro, nice feed ahead of the field to Deanna Purcell, off the glass and in.
You just don't want to see those easy baskets if you're Daniel Webster.
1 point lead
Great
now
feed,
for Daniel Webster.
all the way down to Purcell.
Yeah.
Is that Penniman with the pass?
Yeah, she didn't hesitate. She knew her teammate was out in front of the field.
Do an awful lot of things.
Trying to knock it away. Jennifer Lauren Brett is number 13. She nearly stole it twice.
Penniman's not on the floor.
Oh, it wasn't Penniman. It was number 22, Tom, I think. Chelsea Barker, 22.
And there's a shot clock. We said it wasn't a factor. Then all of a sudden it was. A shot clock violation.
Eagle substitution number 11, Kirsten Berger replaces Ali Shinaki.
So we have a 1 point game. The Eagles are up by 1. Rivier has a chance to take their first lead of the game, first of the night here with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Deanna Purcell, Chelsea Barker, open shot for Lauren Brett off the back rim. Daniel Webster rebound, 1 minute even to go. Pushing the pace down court, Daniel Webster. Now they'll back it out, Paternostro, who is a 37% three-point shooter. There's a shot from way downtown. That missed. That was Casey Lang, who's been averaging 4 or 5 points a game. Casey Lang, coming into the game, had hit half of her three-pointers, though, just about 4 or 9. That was not close, though. Amandra Purcell, half a minute to go in the game. Rivier with a chance to take the lead just before the half if they can hit one here. 24 seconds, 10 on the shot clock.
Ooh, luckily she didn't get called for travel.
Deanna Purcell finds a way to put her team in front. 24-23.
She did the up fake. Didn't get called for the travel.
10 seconds to go. Off the glass and in. Ooh, Paternostro to Gervais. They seize the lead back with 3 seconds left. A shot by Amandra Purcell off the front rim. And so Rivier led briefly in the waning seconds of the first half, but the Eagles clinging to a 1 point lead as we go to the half.
Great half of basketball, I thought, because it was very competitive. You liked the way that Daniel Webster ran the floor, pulled up for some easy jumpers, worked the ball inside, got some weak side rebounds, And then you like the way how the Purcells took over the game, I think, in the second part of the second half, especially, Deanna Purcell with some moves. And also I love Penniman, the way she played for Riv, in terms of the way she, was a little bit of a presence in the post, but also a very good presence on the offensive end.
Well, I'll go with you that it was a greatly competitive first half, Tom, but I think these two teams can play greater basketball as far as accuracy of shots in the second half.
But don't forget, this is the first game, after a break, maybe a little
It's January, it's cold outside, it seeps into the gym, into the shooting hands, but we're warming up here for the second half.
That's right.
Coming up on Nashua's ETV, it's Daniel Webster, the home team, against Rivier, intra-city rivals on Nashua TV after this break.
You'd think the safest place in the world for your baby is wrapped in your arms. It can also be one of the most dangerous because parents most often spread pertussis, whooping cough, and it's potentially fatal to infants. Researchers found up to 80% of babies get it from family members. Ask your healthcare provider about the adult pertussis vaccine today, because your baby could be this close to catching it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of this evening's basketball game at Daniel Webster College between the Lady Raiders of Rivier visiting and the hometown home team Eagles. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. The score at halftime, the home team in white and red is 25 and Rivier 24. It's a 1-point lead for the home team. Just very briefly in the last minute of the first half, Rivier led by a point. There was a struggle for them from the outset.
Look at the numbers.
Score.
You're right about the numbers, how they can play better. Rivier shooting 10 for 28 from the floor. Total 2 for 12 from three-point line. And they're being out-rebounded.
2 for 12?
2 for 12 from three-point line. And they're being out-rebounded 31-21. But Daniel Webster is a much better from three-pointers. 1 for 10 and 10 for 42 overall.
Ooh, ouch.
It's not a very well-played game.
We got a fresh 20 minutes, and they'll try to forget about that first half struggle and light it up here in the second half. Right off the bat, off the glass and in. That's a good start for the Eagles.
See, that's where I think that Riv has suffered. They've suffered interior defense.
Ryan Baker.
And John, it was killing me all first half. I couldn't remember what had happened or who had gotten hurt for Daniel Webster. Remember, you would call her name. We've called her name several times. Vanessa Vasquez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tore an ACL and MCL in the second day of practice. Done for the year.
Rivier struggling to get a ball to fall here in the opening minute of the second half.
She and Gervais played high school ball together. They played together all through their careers, including here. And that will be brought as a great drive by Ryan Baker. But that little tandem is broken up now for good, because Gervais will graduate this year and Vasquez will come back next year, take graduate courses and use her last year of eligibility and play next year once she gets healthy.
Baker misses the free throw that could have tied the game at 27. Daniel Webster with it. Long pass. Will she be able to save it? Gervais just barely keeps it inside the line.
Well, she's going to be one tired player at the end of the year, because she's going to see a lot of minutes every day. She's the best player, back-to-back. Vasquez Conference Player of the Year and Gervais Conference Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Laura Yesu with the steal and drove the length of the court, but wasn't able to get it to fall. A clean block and out of bounds off of Rivier. Actually, there was a foul called against the Eagles on that offensive foul. So that was the source of that turnover.
Oh, nice move.
Although they haven't put it up on the board yet. Maybe it wasn't a foul. The Eagles lead 27-26.
But I'll tell you, this is you don't want what I have right now.
No, I was going to say what killed you in the first half. I thought you were going to talk about your cold.
It's killing me.
It was killing you to think of that name, and also this cold is killing you. Trying for the putback on the move. Yesu can't get it to fall, and rebound for Kristen Murphy. Starts her team on a fast break. Paternostro gets
nice blocked.
Tell you,
Penniman, I like a lot. Her game a lot.
Multifaceted game, and that triggers.
Traveling on the fast break layup. Ooh.
Didn't she keep bouncing it the whole time? I don't know how that.
I don't know how that happened either, but that's what they called.
Deanna Purcell gets called for the
You
travel.
got 3 referees here, so Paul Williams is.
Well, you know,
Paul Williams is saying, hey, she's got to get around the defender somehow.
She was bouncing it maybe too slowly and took too many steps in between bounces or something.
Ooh, that bounce patch just sailed right through 3 defenders.
Runner off the glass and in. Sarah P., they call in the public address announce. It's Paternostro who gives a 3-point lead to Daniel Webster. Ryan Baker to Penniman.
She has 9 points on the game.
Does Penniman?
No, Paternostro.
Oh, Paternostro, yeah, she's been lighting it up.
Penniman only had 5 in the first half.
Casey Lang dribbled it down court and tries to find her teammate. Lucky that wasn't stolen by Purcell. Does go off the fingertips.
Those cross-court passes have been dangerous.
Usually are. Paternostro has to go off her fingertips and out of bounds. So Rivier again a chance to tie this up. It's been a close game. Even when Rivier struggled, Daniel Webster wasn't quite able to pull away. 5 points was about the biggest lead. Right now the Eagles are ahead by 3. 17 minutes to go in the game. A lot of basketball to be played. Jump ball, possession arrow goes to... Actually, I think it goes to the Eagles. Eagles ball, isn't it? The possession arrow?
Possession arrow right now is pointing down towards Riv. And we've got a cramp, possibly, an injury.
Yeah. Players obviously in pain. The trainers are out there. Head coach Paul Williams is over there. They're keeping the leg elevated. I don't know if it's a cut on the knee. But we do have a break here. 29-26. Daniel Webster's in the lead.
We go over the first half scoring. We go over the first half scoring. While we have that break, Deanna Purcell led all scorers in the game for Riv and Daniel Webster with 10 points. Penniman was next with 5. And then you've got Erin Sweeney with 3, and then 2 each for Amandra Purcell. Got to remember that R in there, that extra R. Amanda Purcell, Ryan Baker had 2, and she's got 4 now. She had a big layup earlier. Laura Yesu with 2. For Daniel Webster, they had no one in double figures, but the scoring was pretty balanced. Paternostro had 7. She now has 9 in the game. Gervais had 6. I believe she's got 8 now. Kirsten Murphy had 6. 3 for Alyssa Marson. 2 for Ali Chojanaki. And then 1 for Casey Lang. And injured player is up.
That might be Amandra.
And moving. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is Amandra.
Looks like she's going to be okay. She's just standing in one spot. Maybe had her kneecap stung or something.
No, that's not. That's not Amanda. No, it's not. I don't think. Let's see. Let's see the number.
Number 3.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yep. She'll sit down for a little while. Ryan Baker handling the offense here. Kicks it out to Erin Sweeney.
Oh, nice move.
Too strong on the layup, though, and Gervais with the rebound. Outlet pass, Paternostro. Cutting across the top of the key. Good pass to Gervais. Penniman trying to rip it away from her, and it's a jump ball.
Eagles ball.
Eagles on the possession arrow that time.
See, we can see the arrow this time.
Yeah, it was looking right at us.
Right.
29-26. Daniel Webster with the lead. Chance to expand on it. Open shot is going to...
What a style. I love that style, don't you?
Yeah, I thought it was going to go, but it didn't for Alyssa Marson. And driving the lane and in, Deanna Purcell. Her sister's hurt for the moment on the bench, and Deanna goes down, scores 2 for assists, and it's now a 29-28 1-point game. Rivier trailing by 1. Wide open 2-pointer, I believe.
I've got to give this Eagle team credit. They got a lot of moxie. They're up 3 early in the second half.
Baker kicks it out. Sweeney thought about it. Penniman will take the 3. She didn't really lock in on the basket. What an alert rebound by Baker.
In line, losing her balance was Baker. Baker had good hustle to get to that corner, as a fan just said, but couldn't hold her balance.
Paternostro, top of the key. Playing some catch with Jennifer Fredericks into the corner. Marson just barely gets it back to Paternostro. Marson open shot. Good. Alyssa Marson.
That's a three-pointer. It gives him a 6-point lead.
Freshman player. She's going to be good for a long time here at Daniel Webster. Great pass underneath from Deanna Purcell to Laura Yesu. I think she pronounced it Yesu. And then she gives...
Yesu, it's yes sir for Yesu.
Yeah.
Right in.
4-point game. That one spins just off the rim. Too close to the basket there was Gervais. Paternostro back to Gervais. Not able to get it up high enough off the glass. Double dribble, I think, was called on Gervais.
You got to give the Eagles credit for their work inside. They're getting the ball inside a lot easier than I would anticipate them being able to do.
This pace maybe favors Daniel Webster right now, Tom?
The slower pace does. I think Riv's got to get their running game going. But you know what? That's tough to do with Amandra on the bench.
Right.
If she can fly.
She's not getting any further medical treatment, which makes me think she's going to come back. It's maybe just a matter of time. Deanna Purcell underneath. Sweeney.
Open look,
but didn't go, and she fouls Paternostro.
Yeah. Classic case. Missed the shot and fouled the rebounder.
Trying too hard to get it back.
Exactly. 34-30, 14:46 left to play in the basketball game.
4-point lead for Daniel Webster, playing here on their home court in their home whites and red trim. And, of course, Rivier in the dark blue.
Boy, I tell you, for a 5:30 game with people, school not in session, it's not a bad crowd. Not a great crowd, but not a bad crowd. Got a men's game right after this.
Our officials, Leslie Boucher and John Puskowski, talking things over. They also have Jeff Jollimore, 3 referees working this game. And Sarah Paternostro will bring it up. Long shot, looked good by Paternostro, doesn't go. Look at Penniman trying to fight over the top of everybody, but it is Kristen Murphy that wrestled the rebound away. Alyssa Marson to Paternostro. Gervais double team, dribbles out of trouble and gives it to Murphy. Nice dish by Gervais to Murphy, and it's a 6-point biggest lead of the night for the Eagles.
I'll tell you, Murphy doesn't miss a layup, does she?
No. She's a machine under there if you give her a chance.
Murphy, and she did a nice job of playing some baseline defense. I don't think she got called for the foul. I think the ball knocked off her body and went out of bounds.
Okay.
No foul called there.
Just good positioning.
Yeah. Disrupted the flow of the Riv offense is what she did.
Deanna Purcell.
Even though she couldn't cause a turnover.
Top of the key. He's going to take the open three.
Got it.
Deanna Purcell, the team's top scorer, comes through again.
As a freshman, she's having a great year.
She sure is. The team was down 6, the biggest deficit of the night, and she just cut it in half. Timeout, Daniel Webster. Just under 14 minutes to go. The home team up by 3 points, 36-33. John Collins with Tom King. Our camera crew, Pete Johnson and Tim O'Neill. And we want to wish a speedy recovery and better health to Mike James.
Yes, Mike
who
James.
is well under the weather and getting treatment. And
worse off than I am.
Apparently he is.
So we wish him the best. Get well soon, Mike.
Tom, I noticed the thing that NBA players and a lot of the professional players do now. You know, these headphones that we're wearing right now?
Yep.
Because we have to. They're broadcast quality headphones. But, you know, when you have a Walkman these days, a lot of guys like to use those big bubble headphones when they walk around the airports and to the locker room. And don't they have, like, technology now where you can just put a tiny earbud in your ear and you can hear everything, like, perfect?
You're looking at somebody who's got a Walkman. So I don't even have an iPod.
Don't
so
you
I
look
don't
at
even
them
know.
like as a step backward, like those giant, like?
Oh sure. You know,
like I think I've seen Kobe Bryant wear those things. You know, it's kind of a little bit of an annoyance to me.
It just kind of keeps out the noise, gets you in the zone before the game. You know what I mean, John?
It's like those making phones into walkie-talkies. I understand that. That's like a step backwards. It's a weeknight in January. It's very cold outside, but it's starting to heat up inside the Eagles' nest here at Daniel Webster College.
Yes, it is.
And these two teams seem to be very evenly matched right now. And anybody's basketball game. It's who will execute the best in the final 13 and a half minutes Paternostro has executed very well so far tonight. Gets the return pass, drives the paint. Kristen Murphy, and Penniman fouls her. Murphy, the Charles Barkley of this Daniel Webster team.
She gets the ball, but what a good move from that left side. Very quick along the baseline, deceptively so.
You know how you try to teach players sometimes, don't put the ball on the floor, don't hesitate so much and you'll be more effective? You don't have to tell that to Kristen Murphy as she hits the first of 2 free throws. Kristen Murphy is a 55% free throw shooter normally. He's trying to improve on that total right here.
Left-handed.
Oh, yeah. Hits them both. So she's having a good night at the free throw line and on the boards.
Riv led only once in this game.
Right, and they've been trailing by 5 and 6. They're trailing by 5 now. Penniman, long pass. Yisu does a good job at corralling that.
Ooh, almost a travel.
She stayed on her pivot foot enough, according to our official.
Notice they don't post Penniman up, though. They play her on the wing.
Yeah.
Now she's going to move and drift a little bit inside.
Driving off the glass. Oh, a really open look there for the Raiders. Deanna Purcell, and that's a shot Deanna usually makes. She's got another chance now. A more difficult try, and that one goes.
And by the way, her sister Amanda is on the floor back in the game. So
there she comes.
So Riv armed for a comeback here, down 3 with 12:58 to play.
That's another time where they got down by a lot, and Deanna Purcell to the rescue, the team's top scorer, cutting the lead in half a couple of times. Both officials have the same call. They check with each other.
Good move to the interior and a very quick move at that by Paternostro. Boy, you love Paternostro's game. She's very quick, shoots the ball very well.
Erin Sweeney gets called for what is a 2-shot shooting foul. It's 3 fouls against Rivier as a team. Only 1 as a team against Daniel Webster. They're doing little things right, the Eagles are. Only 1 team foul, head 4 points, shooting free throws here, Paternostro. At the end of the first half, she had 7 total points. Paternostro continues to score and has her team up by 5 again. Into the game again after getting banged up a bit. Amandra Purcell up top. That's Sarah Howard, number 24. Into the corner. Howard's going to take the open shot. Doesn't fall.
She won't find a better shot than that.
Oh, I think she just did. It was taken by Yisu, and she couldn't get it to drop.
Eagles foul on Kristen Murphy, her second, team second.
Kristen Murphy with her second foul of the night. And Rivier inbounds it. Deanna Purcell in traffic.
You can't let her get that close to the basket. She will make that move 9 times out of 10. It'll be 2 points. 40-37, 3-point game. Purcell keeping her team in the game right now.
Kristen Murphy playing at the free throw line. Open 3-point attempt. Oh, really good looking shot that doesn't go.
It's a different looking shot. Let's put it that way.
Alyssa
that style is something else.
Yeah, it's sort of from down low she brings it. That was from up high. Amandra Purcell trying a 3-pointer back into the game.
Contact, and it's going to be, I believe, it's going to be on Gervais.
Yes, and that's what you call taking one for the team, Tom. Yeah. She knew she was going to get hit, but Deanna put her nose down there and was able to recover the ball for her team. Yisu will inbound it for Rivier. 11:48 to go in the game. Amandra Purcell with the ball.
Got to pick the pace up a little bit here.
Yisu being guarded by Gervais.
Getting close to that 10-minute mark I was talking about where Riv should be able to have much better legs.
Long shot attempt by Sweeney, and it's off of Daniel Webster. Loose ball there.
Pat McCarthy, we've seen do a lot of high school games, come in here, do a college game.
30-second shot clock is refreshed.
Shot short.
Deanna Purcell.
Short rims it.
Didn't really have her feet set. Paternostro had a chance to take a 3-pointer, but she pushed it into the corner.
Right decision, and another 3 for Daniel Webster from the corner.
Casey Lang was all set up.
43-37 Eagles up by 6.
Drawing the offensive foul. Sarah Paternostro doing it all for her team tonight. She made that nice feed to Casey Lang to set up the three-pointer, goes down and draws a foul. So she gives her team helps give her team a 6-point lead and has a chance to expand on it right now as the point guard on offense. Off of a pick, Paternostro trying to do the pick and roll, not able to get it inside. Good job of batting it away was Yisu. What do we got here?
Clock was off. Or do we have a foul? The shot clock might have been off.
Must have been. And Leslie Boucher, our official, saw it. She just said no harm done. We reset and do it again. Shinaki with it. Driving is Fredericks, loses the handle. And here comes Amanda Purcell.
And what that did was it disrupted Daniel Webster's rhythm, John, don't you think?
Purcell draws the foul.
It did. It really did.
Yeah. There was a confusion.
So they had to inbounds it again because they were primed up 6 to make it an 8-point game. Paternostro's second personal foul is Amanda will go to the line. Amanda Purcell.
Every player's got a different style of shooting free throws, what they do before they let it go. And look at Amanda. She likes to go down with a boom, 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 boom. And puts it in. We had some of the players in high school, they go around behind the back a couple of times. I wish I remember what player that was. He doesn't bounce it at all. He's a good free throw shooter as well.
But this all works.
Yep. Amanda Purcell is she is a, Tom, you like her, 90% free throw shooter, Amanda Purcell. How about that?
Knee bend, 90%.
Yisu gets called for the foul. Up by 4. Daniel Webster, chance to add to it here. Shinaki with it. Into the corner to Fredericks. Fredericks making a move. Throws it inside to Gervais. The turnaround off the glass, no good. Loose ball, fought for. Daniel Webster got it back momentarily, but Purcell comes out of the crowd. Amanda Purcell flings it to Sweeney. Sweeney kicks it back to Purcell.
Chance to cut it to 2 or 1, depending on if they get a 2 or a 3.
Paternostro playing some tight D on Purcell. Denies her the lane. Sweeney.
Need to take that corner. Need to take that all the way. She had a clear lane. She gave it up. They recover with a loose ball.
Yisu steals the loose ball back again.
And now Riv can do it all over again. The shot clock seemed job because the first shot was an air ball. So
Amanda's saying that they did get at some rim earlier. And,
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I think that ball floated and didn't make it. Didn't touch the rim.
Well, all 3 officials had it that it didn't touch the rim, so.
You reset when you block.
No, I don't believe you do. I don't believe you reset when you block. How is that possible?
No, you don't.
No, you don't reset when you block. Block shot doesn't hit the rim.
Not at all. It's the rim, right?
Right.
Kristen Murphy off the glass, and she hits the deck hard, but she pops right back up. So does Rivier with the ball. Purcell is able to shoulder her way to the basket.
Purcell out of nowhere. Who knew she was over there?
Her sister did.
Exactly.
They had some sisterly
sister to sister
going.
and a basket, and I believe the foul, and we could have a 1-point game with 9:20 to play.
If Amanda can hit this, and
you know what I liked about that was that the Riv was running the floor, which is what they need to do to get Daniel Webster tired.
Wow, she's a 90% free throw shooter. Those are in short supply in college and high school.
Well,
basketball.
you don't want to in pro. You don't want to
challenge her to a contest.
But you don't want to foul her late in the game either.
Yeah. Paternostro, who's been a star for Daniel Webster, throws that one into traffic kind of ill-advisedly.
Well, we're beyond that 10-minute mark. You sense a momentum shift here?
Yeah. Erin Sweeney hit the deck hard there. Rivier's basketball. Rivier's a chance to take a lead, and as Tom has been predicting from the outset with their superior numbers in uniform, about a dozen players to 7, Rivier is going to threaten to take over this game by virtue of fresh legs here late. Let's see if it happens. Right now they're only 1 point behind. Sweeney driving, kicks it out to Yisu. Yisu throws it away. It's stolen. Down court goes Shinaki. Shinaki thought about driving, backs it out, and then it's a heads-up play. Deanna Purcell, the freshman, such a good player, seizing on the indecision by Shinaki to force a jump ball. Eagles possession. 43-42, a 1-point lead for the Eagles with the ball. They may be limited in numbers, but they're making up for it in tenacity and determination. Paternostro into Kristen Murphy. It's blocked from behind. Deanna Purcell thought she got all ball. Some of the fans do too, but it's a foul, and Murphy to the line. 8.5 minutes left in the game. This one has been close from the beginning. Even when it was 7-2, Daniel Webster never really able to pull away. Murphy at the line.
See if that left-handed shot works for her again. Not that time.
Well, she's a 55% free throw shooter coming into the game. She had hit
good.
2 in a row.
She looked pretty good earlier. Better than 55.
Actually, if you're going to stay percentage-wise, Tom, she's due to miss this one. Oh, she hit it. 50%, right? I mean, she had hit 2.
Give her a break. Come on. Up by 2 with 8:23 to play.
44-42. She didn't hear me.
Oh, what a move. Oh, my
Amandra
goodness.
Purcell can't get it to go, and then she's frustrated in danger of committing a foul in the backcourt.
Few teams have 2 players like the Purcell sisters.
Bounce pass from Paternostro. Running out of real estate, though, was Jennifer Fredericks. Erin Sweeney on the fast break. She's going to pull it out to the side and find Amandra Purcell. Long pass underneath. Chelsea Barker driving. The twister, she's going to get called for a travel. Kind of a slow developing step.
We haven't called Chelsea Barker's name much in the second half, and we haven't called Jacqueline Penniman's name much either.
I think her minutes have been limited, Tom.
Yeah, they have.
She's been trading time with Jacqueline Penniman.
And neither one has played particularly well in this half.
They haven't been a factor.
44-42, a timeout by the Eagles with 7:43 to play. In a tight game. It's been tight throughout. Largest lead, Daniel Webster up by 8, 16-8 early. They had a 7-point lead, I think, earlier, 6-point lead earlier this half, 43-37. Now it's down to 44-42.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We have on camera Tim O'Neill up top doing most of the sideline shots. The handheld down on the floor is Pete Johnson. We say get well to Mike James, and hopefully he'll be back with us by the time our next big game on the schedule. Nashua High North hockey against Bishop Girton. That should be a good one, Tom.
That'll be late in January 21st, I believe. It's a Saturday
Bishop
matinee
Girton
game.
in the past would be a prohibitive favorite in a game like that.
Not this year. Not this year. Girton is struggling in hockey. They had to replace a lot of players last year, a lot of scoring. Only had about 10 goals back from last year's roster.
Did you get to watch the Winter Classic, the NHL Winter Classic?
Yes, I did. I saw the end of it. I thought it was, exciting hockey. They had a penalty shot.
Yeah.
You had a power play late. John Tortorella got fined $30,000 by the NHL for commenting on the officials.
$30,000?
Well, he said I think they and NBC had something going and wanted to see a close game at the end.
Oh.
Not what you want to say.
Isn't he on the winning team?
Yes.
Wow.
Wasn't happy with the officiating at the end.
You could shake hands right now with the Eagles player. It's about to inbound the ball.
I could,
Jennifer Fredericks.
And if I did that, I'd
be escorted from the gym.
Exactly. You got it.
I don't know who would do it, but you should be. Jennifer Fredericks into the corner.
Interfering with play.
Quickly to Fredericks. Had nowhere lane to
We haven't
drive.
had a ball come our way yet.
No, we haven't. You just totally jinxed us.
I know it.
Long shot by Paternostro. Amandra Purcell heads up rebound.
My
Penniman
goodness,
almost traveled.
We did the men's game at Riv. Jake Nelson slid into the table and cut himself.
Yeah. Ryan Baker, who hasn't had many minutes this half, into the game now. This is where the fresh legs kick in, Tom.
There's Penniman in the corner for Riv. She's in the game. Drive it. Nope, they double team.
Baker.
Good interior defense by the Eagles.
Baker with a great move. Ryan Baker, the sophomore, 5'1" only. But
Daniel Webster so concerned with Penniman that they double-teamed her and allowed her to pick 2 players.
44-44.
She set a pick and blocked out 2 defenders. And we got a tie game with 6:50 to play.
Inside and back outside. Paternostro trying to get it back to Shinaki. Instead comes into the middle. Casey Lang for 2. She spells it different from the singer, by the way. K-A-C-I-E. And that's Deanna Purcell. Blocking foul is going to be called against the defender for Daniel Webster. That was Casey Lang.
She was up in the air in the act of shooting. Should be 2. And they are going to give her 2.
Both teams have 6 fouls, so 7 is the penalty?
College ball, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure.
And she hits the first one, and that is a 1-point game. Chance to tie it up again here if Deanna can hit this shot. 6.5 minutes left in this game. The Purcell sisters are out there with Ryan Baker and Penniman. And also Chelsea Barker on the floor for Rivier as it is tied up again. 46 all. Paternostro getting bothered by Baker. Kristen Murphy. Paternostro feeding it into Gervais. Alicia Gervais off the glass and in.
Player of the year in the NECC. We just saw a flash from Y.
Absolutely.
Great move.
Baker loses the handle, but she gets fouled, and that's I don't blame Casey Lang for saying, what exactly did I do? She was backing up and she got hit, but she gets called for a block anyway. And I think that answers the question about, are you in the penalty? I think, yes, they are, because with 7 fouls against Daniel Webster. Baker shooting a 1-and-1, misses the first one, but Penniman gets the rebound back.
Nice scoop pass out to the back.
They still have a chance to tie it up or take a lead. In and out, that would have given
what a
Riv the
rebound.
lead. Barker gets fouled. Somehow, Barker got
Chelsea Barker just slipped through 2 defenders and got inside to get that rebound. The Eagles need to box out.
Yeah.
Especially late in this game where every rebound is going to count.
That one hurts because you had 2 Eagles right there, you know, and the one Rivier player got the ball. Barker's first shot is a miss, 48-46.
You know, I criticize the high schools, and this is a college game, and you can hear a pin drop in the gym when the opposing player taking a free throw. They got to get a little louder in here.
Chelsea's a 58% free throw shooter. I almost said it loud enough for her to hear it.
Yeah, 1 out of 2.
She got 1 out of 2.
47.
1-point game again.
Could be on a seesaw here.
Yeah, we can't ask for it to be any closer than this one has been from early on, but we only have 5.5 minutes left to go now. Every basket counting more and more as Paternostro's drive comes up short. She was right under the basket when she launched it. Ryan Baker with an open shot. She'll take it. The forward momentum kind of threw it off. She could have got called for a foul there. That's where it pays to not be such a big player because she banged into she banged into the Eagles' Casey
Oh, and a
Lang.
delayed call. Looked like a steal by Baker as she knocked the ball loose. Nothing had happened. Another player had already taken a step after picking the ball up, and then the whistle blows for the foul.
To the line goes Sarah Paternostro. You look around at the Daniel Webster players, Tom, uniformly, hands on the hips, breathing a little heavy. And I think you see less so with the Riv players. Look at the front court, Kristen Murphy and Gervais. But Gervais is a competitor, man. She's not going to let the last 5 minutes go without playing 100%.
Player of the year, John.
Yep.
That's why.
Oh, look at that. Barker got loose.
That's 2 for Barker getting inside.
On the feed from Deanna Purcell, too. That was heads-up play by the freshman. I think she's learning some point guard skills from her older sister, Amandra.
It's still not a lead for Riv. They still trail by 1.
Shinaki, actually, Paternostro holding it overhead.
Foul away from the ball. Going to be on the Raiders.
Head coach
calling it tight.
Paul Williams has the jacket off now, and he's a lot more nervous looking than he was in the first half.
Yep.
I think he expected his team to catch up and pull away by now, and they have not. Daniel Webster hanging on to that lead.
And then you have a young coach for Webster, Marilyn Skrasinski. She graduated from Nichols College 2009, almost 3 years ago. So she's you know, this is her 3rd year in a coaching game.
Alicia Gervais hits. Nice job there by Gervais, who is
3-point lead for the Eagles.
82% free throw shooter, Tom. Also a good free throw shooter, Gervais. Baker working on her number 10 counterpart.
This would be just a huge win for Daniel Webster if they get it.
From the corner, just doesn't go for Deanna Purcell. Keeping it in is Penniman, but Daniel Webster there to grab it. Marson, bounce pass Paternostro. Lead pass for Gervais. Too much traffic, and it ends up going off of Gervais's hand.
Yeah, you know what? It's time now for Daniel Webster to start milking some clock a little bit. Yes, there is a
3-point lead.
Yes, there is a shot clock, but they've got to take advantage of the clock a little bit.
Okay.
Save their legs, John. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Barker, Penniman swings it to Baker, going to work on Marson. Comes out to Deanna Purcell, stumbles, and there's a foul.
Now, was she
a blocking
in the act?
foul?
They're going to call her in the act or not. She'll go to the line regardless, but see if she's 2 or 1-on-1.
Deanna Purcell solid. She just knocked down 2 players with 1 impact.
And draws a 2-shot foul.
And draws a foul.
1 for each player.
So her
4
team
fouls.
down by 3. It seems like every time the lead becomes an issue, Deanna Purcell starts scoring points and keeps the game close. 52-50. Deanna Purcell at the line for Rivier is a 68% free throw shooter, not bad. She hits a couple, and it's a 1-point game again. 52-51. Daniel Webster's been in this position too many times to count, with a 1 or 2 point lead and possession of the ball. Chance to put some more breathing room between them. Paternostro directing the offense literally as he vocalizes to her teammates about where they should be on the floor. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Marson near side. Alyssa Marson. Shinaki, 4 seconds on the shot clock from a difficult angle underneath the basket. Rivier with a chance to take a lead. They lose it. Paternostro dribbles out of trouble. Has an open 3. She'll take it. Doesn't go. Might have been a
Murphy with a rebound. Look at that play.
Kristen
Inside.
Murphy makes it a 3-point lead again. Deanna Purcell answers, and she gets fouled. She has a chance to tie it up. Wow, what an exchange on both ends of the floor there. Both teams with huge highlight offensive plays. 54-53, and a chance to tie it with this free throw for Deanna Purcell. Paternostro, actually, Shinaki's going to get a rest, and into the game for the Eagles is Jennifer Fredericks.
Shinaki's really tired.
Oh, man. They only have 2 players on the bench over there, and it's a
just notice that?
Casey Lang. No, but they're both exhausted.
Oh.
You know, it's not like you got 2 players resting over there.
No, you know, exactly. That's what I thought would be a much bigger factor. But Deanna Purcell misses the free throw, and Daniel Webster still holds on to that lead.
Rebound, and good job of a key rebound by Chelsea Barker. Rayan Baker in transition.
I think
Penniman.
if Riv gets the lead, they're not going to give it up. And it's a nice move. She's not going to get a better shot than that.
No.
And doesn't get it.
Kevin McHale-type move there by Jacqueline Penniman, but she wasn't able to convert and should have given her team the lead. Down 1 are Rivier as they play defense.
Gotta wonder if Marilyn Skazisi is going to call timeouts just to give her players a breather. With
Paternostro, 10 seconds on the shot clock. 8 seconds.
Flips
taking it from downtown.
Yeah, rushed it.
Alyssa Marson.
Oh, she wasn't looking. And a basket and a foul. Penniman was going to make the throw over to Baker. Baker didn't see her make the pass. The steal by Alicia Gervais.
The senior, picking on the sophomore.
And the player of the year.
Alicia Gervais, the key steal there. Her team was up by 1. Rivier had a chance to go down and take the lead. Instead, Gervais picks a pocket, gets 2, gets fouled, and has a chance to make it a 4-point lead, and she does. What a huge swing
What
that was.
Incredible. 56-53. 2:17 to play. Wow.
I thought that should be 57, 53. But No, I guess it was a,
Nope.
a tie game then, was 53 all? Because that was a 3-point play.
You're right.
Yeah, I thought that should be 57-53, but. All right, Emandra Purcell from downtown misses.
Wow.
And here comes Daniel Webster.
And a foul. Boy, the
When
Eagles.
they came down the court, I thought it was 54-43.
54-53.
54-53, 1 point lead, and then
Right.
she got the basket, so something strange.
It was, because I just marked it here. It was. So they did not add a point.
She didn't hit 2 free throws, right?
Let's see if Greg Aniskevich. She only had 1 free throw because she made the basket.
Right. That one rolls around the rim and in. Now they put a point up there, 57-53. The lost point of Daniel Webster College. I feel like somehow it was missed.
I think it was too. Oh,
Spinning in traffic,
Yep.
off the glass and in. Deanna Purcell, terrific play for Rivier. Makes it a 2-point game, allegedly.
this game is close down to the wire.
And
2-point game, 1:27 to play. We'll have to go. It is a 2-point
yeah, I guess
game.
we will. I want to go back on the score sheet, maybe recreate that after the game.
Oh, nice bounce pass.
Marson off the glass, doesn't go. Penniman using that 6'1" height to her advantage. We have a whistle, a timeout. Rivier trailing by 2 with 1:13 to go. You're a coach on the sideline for Rivier, Tom. You got the superior numbers, you got all that talent over there. It's got to be a very frustrating game for Coach Williams to see his team come back and tie it and come within
And it's
one.
not
and-
like they're bus weary or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're right across town, so they come over here to play a game. I think they look at this roster and see that Daniel Webster's kind of down this year and figure, oh, you know what, we're having a good year. We'll roll. We're 7-4. They're 3-4 overall.
But you know what?
But
You look at
not
the
gonna
roster,
happen.
Tom, and they really didn't run out of gas. There's only a minute to go.
It's amazing.
Paternostro, big plays.
I'll have to talk
all
to
night.
Gervais and Marilyn Skrzinski after the game and ask them how the heck they were able to do it.
Well, I'm going to give you 3 names of why they were able to do it. Paternostro, Murphy, and Gervais.
But they've got to be in exceptional shape to be able to play a tough, 40-minute game with only 2 subs.
I agree.
Doesn't hurt. I mean,
they've proven it.
I mean, rotations are rotations, and you usually like to go 8 or 9 with your rotations. So they're rotating 2 less players in the game.
Yeah.
Gotta hurt them.
It's got to. It's not like hockey where you have to do 45-second shifts so you just like fall over. But basketball's tough. You can't play the whole game and make it and be effective. But they just about have.
Right.
I mean, Paternostro, Kristen Murphy, and Alicia Gervais, Player of the Year, they've been a huge factor all throughout. And you saw Gervais make that huge play to prevent Rivier from going ahead. Ryan Baker with 1:10 to go. Number 10 in dark blue for the Rivier College Raiders. Trailing by 2 points, 57-55.
Nice
Underneath,
pass.
Deanna Purcell off the glass. No
foul.
foul. Now there's a foul call. She's have to make 2 to tie it up with 1 minute even left in the basketball game. Deanna Purcell, who's been a star tonight for Rivier, at the line.
1 minute exactly in a 2-point game.
She's got a very similar free throw prep to her sister Amandra with the truncated dribbles close to the ground. Kristen Murphy comes back into the game. Ali Shinaki goes out. Murphy knows how to box out. You want to watch how to box out? Watch number 11
Yep.
right here. That is good
She's done
free
good.
throw shooting. We're tied. Deanna Purcell, terrific. Deanna Purcell, who is a 68% free throw shooter usually. She's been 100% that I can remember in the last half here. 48 seconds. It's a tie game, Tom. Marson's going to take a 3 from way downtown. Long rebound.
That usually
Paternostro.
happens with a missed 3-pointer. You usually get long rebounds. Paternostro right in the right spot at the right time. Go for Gervais.
Runs out of room, tries to save it,
Out
and
of
she
bounds, a
doesn't.
turnover.
Now it's Rivier with a chance to steal this one. They have led very minimally in this game.
See, I think
if
the
at all.
mistake of Daniel Webster coming down the floor was they needed to look for Gervais She's the best player on the floor for both teams.
Tom, correct me. Rivier's led once in this game.
Once in this game.
And they could lead twice, and this could be the last shot of the game.
See, it's business time for Paul Williams. He's
Look
got
at the shot
jacket
clock,
off.
Tom, and look at the game clock.
He's got the jacket off, the sleeves rolled up. 18.8 seconds on game, 19 seconds on clock. Daniel Webster shouldn't touch the ball again.
Rivier needs to take the last shot.
Something tells me we're going to go to OT.
Unless one of the Raiders' forecourt players, and I'm thinking specifically of Jacqueline Penniman, gets loose, or Deanna Purcell gets loose underneath as a point guard. Do you pass that up? Like, I mean, like say there's 8 seconds to go.
You go for the best shot you can get.
8 seconds left to go, and you see one of the taller players.
Take it.
No, but you pass it to them and you take it. Take the shot.
Yep, take it.
But then you give an opportunity.
You're not gonna. Yeah, you give an opportunity, but if you've got an easy shot inside, high percentage, go for it. If you miss it, what's the worst that can happen? You play defense.
The worst that can happen is the other team comes down and gets a
but you play defense. You know, you trust your defense.
Or even if you make it with 8 seconds left, the other team should come down and make a three and win.
Let's see how they're going to play it.
Will they take a last shot with 1 second left, or will they go for the best shot they can as soon as they can? Amandra Purcell's going to inbound it to Ryan Baker. I think she just told Ryan she wants the ball back immediately after she gives it to her. So let's see what happens. That's what's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I want the ball. And then here we go.
Amandra.
We're at 14.
The senior from Hudson, New Hampshire, played her high school ball in
Under
Albert.
10 to play.
To her sister, Deanna. Barker swings it
way out
to
too
Amandra.
far. 3 seconds left. They got to shoot it now.
She's got to get it off.
And like I said, we're going to go to OT.
Daniel Webster, Tom, credit them on defense.
Yep. Well, I think that Riv set up from the outset. I think if you're going to inbound the ball, go that way.
Toward the basket.
Toward the basket. Don't start to play on the outer end of the floor.
Yeah.
Go inside.
Yeah, it's like a quarterback dropping back too far to pass, or one of those kick returners that goes.
Or the running back 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage to take the handoff.
You make it more difficult.
Right, exactly.
Right.
No, I think that time they just took too much time to make that shot.
Tom King, I know you're playing hurt with that cold. And you probably weren't looking forward to it, but you know the law of averages have caught up to us. How many games have we done in the past 2 weeks? And we didn't have any overtime.
Well,
games,
I just did a hockey game yesterday for the paper that went into overtime.
So that's right. You already paid the price.
This is my second straight OT day here.
The Nashua games are here on Nashua ETV. I'm John Collins with Tom King. Camera crew, Tim O'Neill and Pete Johnson, who is also the executive producer of Nashua ETV. You can go online anytime. Just Google Nashua E for education -TV, and you can see all these games on the live stream, all the games that we've done. You can actually fast forward and zoom in and see. You know what I did? I watched that hockey game. We were like having that fun debate about whether that shot was hit the Ansel hard on the shoulder, that wrist shot. I went back and watched it. It was a semi-hard shot.
It was.
He said it was a floater, you know. But, you know, that's the fun thing. You can replay things. You can replay goals. I'm sure Phil Sweeney's watched that game for Alvin where he scored 4 goals about 4 times already.
Today I watched a little of that game today.
Yep. What a great game Phil Sweeney, the defenseman of Hudson, had.
You can go online, or if you're home in the city of Nashua, you can watch it on Channel 99.
Penniman wins the tip-off, and it's Amandra Purcell. They're going to play a 5-minute overtime, Tom. 5 minutes to decide this. Baker. I don't mind the extra 5. Now they don't know everybody's name. Penniman.
Traveled,
you're right.
Most big players do when they get the ball to the outside and try to make a move.
Inbounded by Jennifer
What a credit
Fredericks.
to Daniel Webster with only 7 players in uniform to play Riv, which is having a good year, into overtime.
Fredericks and Paternostro playing some catch.
Of course, if the Eagles talk to the Eagles, I think they should have had the lead the whole time. And there's a big 3.
Jennifer Fredericks.
Wow, we haven't called her name at all.
No, and she just made me think she should be taking some more shots.
Yeah,
that was
no
perfect.
kidding.
A big 3 in a 5-minute overtime to give your team a 3-point lead like that. But off the glass and in. What a nice scoop shot by Chelsea Barker. From Nashua South High School. A senior, Chelsea Barker.
But Riv still trails by a point because of that three-pointer.
Yep. We could be on the seesaw here. No, there's a three-pointer by Marson. That was a high
She's been cold
bomb.
lately. She's taken a few of those down. Rushed them. She's cold.
Barker ahead of the field. Chelsea Barker, the Nashua native, has taken over this game at Nashua's Daniel Webster
College. And Riv has the lead, 61-60.
Answering a three-point shot, Chelsea Barker with a couple of baskets to give her team a one-point lead, 61-60. Somebody's got to get the ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock as it'll be inbounded here by Daniel Webster. Number 32, Sarah Paternostro, the Glastonbury, Connecticut native. Will she take a shot again there? Jennifer Fredericks passes it up. Marson to Fredericks. Marson playing catch. Here comes Paternostro. Just barely kept it inside the thick red line, which marks out of bounds here. From way downtown, Marson
in
around
and
out. Barker.
And now her threes are starting to hurt him.
To Baker.
Because she hasn't been able to hit.
Ryan Baker going the lane, off the glass, and in. A three-point lead, the biggest of the night here in overtime for Rivier, 63-60. Ryan Baker, who's right-handed and exposed the ball there, but there was no block.
But two easy baskets.
Kristen Murphy,
Barker and Baker.
Paternostro is going to shoot it from right in front of us.
Good.
Oh, that looked good. And it almost bounced through. Penniman using that 6'1" height advantage.
But you know what, John? It's late in the deal. They have to go to overtime.
Oh, an extra 5? They didn't want an extra 5.
Their legs.
7 players in
That's
uniform
why they
for
really
Daniel
need
Webster.
to go for the higher percentage shots.
Yeah.
Their legs aren't going to be able to do it for them.
Another travel called against a taller player for the Rivier Raiders. That's Chelsea Barker.
And then Barker and Baker with 2 points each has put Rivier in a lead by 3. 2:11 to play, 63-60. But you feel that draft coming in from the outside, don't you?
Yeah. Here in what amounts to an airplane hangar.
We're colder in here than we were at BG the other night when BG is supposed to have the furnace on.
Yeah. At Bishop Girton, there was a furnace problem at the high school. But that game heated up. There's a lot of body heat in the gymnasium of Bishop Girton usually. They don't even need the heat. So here we are in overtime with 2:07 remaining, and the guests, the visitors from Rivier College, as we look at the huddle for Daniel Webster on Tim O'Neill's camera up top. The strategy, you know, that you look back at that shot by Jennifer Fredericks, who opened the overtime with a three-pointer. And, of course, that's been all the scoring for Daniel Webster to this point. That we might look back at that as the last gasp before the tired legs finally took over.
Good point. And for Daniel Webster, no points. 1-3, and that's it.
Fredericks inbounds it to Paternostro.
She's got to start to drive. There she goes. Nope, gives it up.
Gervais hits it. 1 point game. So calmly, and wide open 8-footer by Alicia Gervais brings her team within 1. Amandra Purcell kicks it out to Ryan Baker.
This is a big possession. But don't forget, defense is a big part of the fatigue.
Chelsea Barker miscommunicates with Deanna Purcell.
You work harder on defense unless the other team helps you out.
Well, you know what? Dan Webster was working hard on defense right there, and they
got a lot of moxie, John. They want this game.
They're only down by a point.
You got to have Gervais touch the ball here. I really think so.
Fredericks.
No, not a good shot.
with the rebound.
Not a good shot, although she's got fresher legs than most.
She hit the 3 to open the half.
Yep.
She didn't seem to be as nicely set as she was on that first three-pointer that she took. Driving Barker, too strong to the hoop. Alicia Gervais.
Gervais should call time, I think. Oh, and a foul. Gervais is going to the line.
Ryan Baker got slugged in the mouth and the nose right there. She's only 5'1", and she was going up against a taller player, and you're susceptible to elbows, Tom. You know, like.
And there's going to be a timeout on the floor here.
It wasn't intentional, but you got to understand Alicia Gervais's position there. She was being attacked.
Oh, no doubt
in the backcourt, and she had to almost not swing the elbows, but swing the ball away. And inadvertently, she struck Ryan
109
Baker.
to play here in overtime. 63-62. Rivier with, I checked twice, Rivier with the lead. But Daniel Webster will, I believe, go to the line for 2 free throws by Alyssa Gervais, NECC Player of the Year a year ago.
You know, we do get our share of blowouts, but I think most of the time, Nashua ETV, we get treated some really good games.
When we show up, they come to play.
That's right. That must be it. You're right. There's something to that. It's not a coincidence.
No, when we show, they go. And they're on the floor.
They know this is going to be burned on DVD forever. They can show the grandkids. It's a regular season game, but hey, your grandmother used to play basketball, and here she is getting a game-winning shot.
Grandkids are saying, who are those 2 clowns that were talking on the air?
No, they fast-forwarded through this part.
Yeah, I know. Is there any way you got to tape in a radio broadcast we can turn the sound down and hear the radio? 109 to play, 63-62 in favor of the Raiders from Rivier.
Yeah, let's put the game on and let's turn on Lady Gaga on the sound or something, you know?
I'll tell you what, they have just played a phenomenal game.
Well, I'll say this is Lady Good right here.
This is
Alicia Gervais at the line. How about this, Tom?
Right.
We have a tie game. I'm almost rooting for a miss here so we can see a tie going down the last seconds. But
what do you want, double overtime?
No. Yeah, I do.
Careful what you wish for. You may get it.
Oh, Alicia Gervais calmly hits both of them. She's a great free throw shooter, and she showed it there. 82% free throw shooter.
Let's see the Purcell sisters, what they come up with.
Down by a point. Rivier down by a point.
Amandra's on the wing in the corner, left corner.
Ryan Baker got bopped to the nose, but she didn't even come out of the game.
Here comes Penniman. She's going to drive the baseline and lose it.
Murphy, she tried to bounce it off Murphy, but she saved it.
You can't stop Murphy. You can only contain her.
You can only hope.
Exactly. And you cannot get around her on the baseline.
That's it. You know, she ran out of room and she tried.
An excellent defensive player. And right now, the Eagles,
chance to open up a 3-point lead.
Off that turnover, have a chance to open up a 3-point lead with 46 seconds to play and another timeout.
And an excellent free throw shooter at the line, Alicia Gervais, back to the line. She's been proving herself to be very good on free throws.
I think we had a foul out. I think that was 5 on Baker, and she's out of the game. And that's why they were able to huddle up. No one called timeout. So now you have, for DW, the best player on the floor, arguably, at the line for 2 more free throws. Chance to put her team up by 3. Ooh.
She didn't really lock in on the basket right there.
I think she was a little anxious.
Yep.
You got a lot of people watching right now, including a TV audience at home eventually.
2-point lead for the Eagles, 65-63 with 44 seconds left. Amandra Purcell, her team trailing by a basket. The captain of the offense spinning, kicks it out to Chelsea Barker, back to Amandra Purcell. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Inside it goes, off the glass and in.
Well, you can't let Deandra get the ball down that low. And we got a tie game with 24 seconds left to play.
65 all, 20 seconds left now. Backing it out, looking for the last shot. The shot clock is silent because you get 30 seconds to shoot.
She's not going to call time. You got to back it out. You got to get over the timeline, don't you?
I thought you did. You don't have to do that in college?
No, you have to. There she goes. Now she's over it.
Sarah Paternostro, they call timeout.
Wait a minute. That's horrible clock management, John. 2.6 seconds left.
It's bad.
That was just bad clock management. What was she doing? I don't get it.
I'm at a total loss. Tom,
I do not get it.
Absolutely right. She had 25 seconds to go down and get a good play. Instead, they left themselves 2.6. 2.6 is like you inbound and you got to let it fly, and you might not even be in a decent position.
Not a very smart play by the Eagles. Too much time off the clock.
I mean, it's not out of the question that they could design a play to get an open shot, but it's going to be very difficult. Degree of difficulty in 2.6 is a lot more than in 12 seconds, say. You come across the line and, give yourself a chance. You were right. I looked at the clock and I couldn't believe it. They called timeout with 2.6 seconds left.
No, that's inexperience on the floor. Maybe inexperience. Maybe Skarzinski. I mean, she's played the game. She knows the deal. I'm surprised at that. I'll have to ask her after the game why they took so long.
And you're right, too, about the backcourt. I thought you only had like 5 seconds to bring the ball out of the backcourt. But
you got 10 over the time, I believe.
Okay. Well, they've got 7 players in uniform, this Daniel Webster College team. They have been really tough. But do they want to do double overtime?
Gervais way on the other end of the floor. I want Gervais with the ball to take it and run and take the shot. And now Riv, seeing the way everything's set up, is going to call timeout. I'm telling you right now, we're going to go to double overtime. I don't have a whole lot of hope for this play.
The way it was set up.
I don't like the way it was set up with Gervais in the corner. I want the best player getting the ball right away, taking it to the hoop. Bang.
I'll tell you
He
what.
either wins it or loses it.
I think it's too much to ask to get a ball underneath the basket in 2.6 seconds for a decent shot. I think you have to set up for a three-pointer.
No, just give the ball to Gervais on the run and let her drive and pull up and shoot.
Okay.
She'll get it off in time, believe me.
But she was set up quite a ways away from the ball.
Too far away. You want her to get the ball, right away. I don't understand that play. She's going back to the far corner again.
The way this play is set up with the limited time left, Tom, I could see number 13, Jennifer Fredericks, ending up having to take the shot.
And I would rather have Gervais be the one taking that shot. With Penniman fronting, and then Amanda Purcell behind her. Now they're looking for Gervais. Now Gervais comes over. They look inside, they get it inside, and a foul called! Oh my!
1.6 seconds left to go. It was a legitimate foul. It was a definite contact made on the reception of the pass by Sarah Paternostro.
No doubt about it. They gambled, create the contact. That's why we're broadcasting and they're coaching. And now at the line.
That was a well-designed play.
To shoot 2 with 1.6 left.
You know,
Paternostro.
What Dan Webster did was they emptied out the 3-point set, the paint. They emptied it out underneath the basket. It's a 1-point lead now for Daniel Webster as Sarah Paternostro calmly sinks a free throw. And that was
makes them both. Timeout, Riv. 1.6 seconds. Remember, when you call timeout, this is in the NBA. You don't get the ball at half court. They got to go from there all the way down.
Tough task. How about that? Sarah Paternostro, a 2-point lead with 1.6 seconds left to go. They did that. They called timeout with 2.6, and they got in 1 second. Tom.
Yep.
How did that happen in 1? I know we used to have conversations about how much can really happen in a decimal or a point. You know, a 0.1, 0.2. What happened wasn't the ball inbounded before, or was it the inbound pass went all the way underneath the basket to Purcell, right? Right. From the out of bounds underneath the basket. It's a great pass. It was like a quarterback hitting a tight end in the end zone. You know, it's just exactly what the doctor ordered for the Daniel Webster College Eagles in crunch time. I'm not so sure fatigue would have been a factor for this very game team.
I tell you, unbelievable. They are shocking me. They really are. Surprised that Riv did not run them out of the gym in the second half with only 7 players.
These young ladies are in great shape.
Great shape, but they got talent.
So here's the inbound pass. Chelsea Barker's got to throw it deep.
Got it to Penniman. Penniman's going to take the shot. Oh! Does it go? It would have gone. It would have counted if it had gone, I believe.
Wow.
Is that Deanna who took the shot?
Deanna Purcell took the shot. What a nice job of getting a shot away by Rivier, but it just didn't go. That would have sent it into second overtime. Instead,
unbelievable. An upset. I call it an upset. Daniel Webster College, 67-65 in a year where the Raiders have basically been the better team, and you got to play the game. And boy, they both played it. What a great local rivalry. We've had 2 great games between these 2 schools on the floor. You know, 2 great games.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. I want to thank our camera crew, Pete Johnson and Tim O'Neill. A terrific basketball game ends with a 2-point victory in overtime for the Daniel Webster College Eagles on free throws by Sarah Paternostro, the star of the game for Daniel Webster College, along with Alicia Gervais. But I'm going to give it to Sarah Paternostro in this one, Tom, as the top star, and along with Alicia Gervais and Christian Murphy. Terrific job also by, of course, the head coach, Marilyn Skarzensky. Want to thank Ken Belvin, the public relations and information director for Daniel Webster College, for helping us out again. He does a terrific job for us.
Does a great job for us.
And thank you all for watching Nashua ETV. Good night from Daniel Webster College.
Final
everybody.
score, Daniel Webster 67, Rivier 65. Good night, everybody.